Hi everybody, I'm Rook. Welcome to the table. Got a Yu-Gi-Oh! Speed Duel deck profile for you today. Dusting something off, something that I profiled a couple months ago, but wanted to bring it back with recent additions to the Trial of Kingdom booster pack. We're bringing Bandit Keith back here with another machine deck, another Spellproof Armor machine deck actually, but of course this time heavily incorporating the Flintlock and Flint cards that came out in the Trial of the Kingdom set recently. This is a heavy equipped machine deck that I wanted to share with you guys. So we're going to start off with our skill card. This is Bandit Keith, so we're using Spellproof Armor. In my opinion, still the best Bandit Keith skill to use when using machines. Spellproof Armor is that your monsters are unaffected by your opponent's spell effects, so I don't think so. Bug Spray, I don't think so. Mass the Accursed, even Blast Sphere, I just recently learned, does not work against your machine monsters while Spellproof Armor is up. So that's really great. It really protects you from a lot of things that your opponent can throw out at you, as well as its additional effect where you can tribute summon machine monsters using one less tribute. So you can normal summon pretty much 5 or 6 star monsters for free here, and 7 plus only require 1 tribute if it's a machine. And it has to be all machines. So this deck runs all machines. Spellproof Armor does not work if there's a non-machine monster in the deck. If you want to throw some Sphere Karibos in there, I do not think so. Spellproof Armor will flip over if there's a Sphere Karibo in the graveyard. So all machines here, Spellproof Armor, and going right into the Flintlock. 3 Flintlock. Thanks, Trials of the Kingdom. Flintlock is a breath of fresh air for this machine deck. It is a light machine, and its effect is once per turn, if there's a Flint on the field, which is an equip card, you can equip Flint to that card, and once per turn, you can equip Flint away from that card to another monster. So Flintlock kind of harnesses Flint and is able to bounce it to your opponent's monsters. Flint works similarly to something like Mass the Accursed, Spellbinding Circle. I'll get into that when we get there, but Flintlock is able to re-equip and unequip Flint to itself in order to kind of strategize how you want your monsters to be equipped with Flint and how you want them to be negatively affected by your cards. Flintlock, while equipped with Flint, is unaffected by its effects, so Flint like lowers attack, you can't change battle position, you can attack. Flintlock ignores all that, and actually while Flintlock is equipped to Flint, it cannot be destroyed by battle. So that's the beginning of the theme of the heavy equipped deck, because Flint is such a good card, and we actually have 7 completed, a couple other good equipped cards that would work with machines, so I wanted to throw them all in there. So 3 Flintlock is the first monster. Second monster, because this is Spellproof Armor, I want to take full advantage of that. We have 3 Pendulum Machine. Pendulum Machine is a 6-star monster, but because of Spellproof Armor, you can normal summon it without tributing. It's pretty good in Speed Duel because the attack's 1750. Typically, I think that the second highest Speed Duel monster that you can normal summon that's like a 4-star is like Gravekeeper's Ambusher, which is like 1700, something like that. So Pendulum Machine has a natural leg up on a lot of different normal summons that your opponent may have. It's 1750 attack and 2000 of defense. That's higher than Command Knight. That's so high in Speed Duel. So Pendulum Machine is a great addition here just to throw out there and see how your opponent's going to deal with it. Next up, we have 2 Launcher Spider. Launcher Spider is a, 7-star monster, so it requires 1 tribute here. You can tribute the Flintlock, the Pendulum Machine, whatever you'd like. Launcher Spider, just wanted to put that in there though because of the 2200 attack, 2500 defense for just 1 tribute. Another reason why Spellproof Armor is working really well right now. Launcher Spider is a really good card to just have 1 tribute for. You get so much a boss monster out for so little. So 2 Launcher Spider. I found that 3 was a little much and you want to avoid bricking it in your hand. So 2 Launcher Spider works well here. And then last monster, 3 Dekoichi, the Battle Chant Locomotive. So a few things are pretty similar here from the last deck that I profiled using Spellproof Armor, seeing Pendulum Machine, some Launcher Spider, and Dekoichi. Dekoichi Battle Channel Locomotive is a great card for this deck because it is a machine and it has an amazing flip effect. So it's already a pretty good card in general. It happens to be a machine, so it works well in this deck. You flip the card to draw 1 card. You can also additionally draw cards depending on how many Bukoichi, the Frightening Cars, you have, but I don't run any Bukoichi, so just Dekoichi. I mean, the 1 card draw alone is pretty good. It's a 1400 attack monster, 1000 defense monster for a 4-star. That's not really that great, but the flip effect draw is really great, and of course you can equip it with all kinds of things to power it up in this deck, so Dekoichi works out here. It can also be used as a tribute for Launcher Spider, so I find that it works really well. So let's move on to spells. Spells here, we got 3 Flint. Of course, we have 3 Flintlocks, so we're going to need 3 Flint. Flint equips to a monster and it lowers its attack by 300. In the Speed Duel format, that's pretty good. That's pretty significant. Minus 300 attack, and they cannot change their battle position or attack themselves. It's like a Massive Accursed and Spellbinding Circle rolled all into 1. Only your opponent isn't burning life point damage. So 300 additional attack loss from Flint, and of course, if Flintlock's on the field, you can equip it to Flintlock. It's unaffected by those things, and then you can re-equip it to another monster. So say that I have a Flint equipped to to one of my opponent's monsters I want to equip to the boss monster they just got out, I can do that if I have Flintlock on the field. Flint also works where if that monster is destroyed, it has to equip to something else. So it's always going to be bouncing back and forth from monsters until it's destroyed itself. So say that the opponent has one monster out and I have Flint equipped to it. I'm finally able to beat over it because that monster lost 300 attack. Now Flint's going to have to equip to something of mine, whether I like it or not. If I don't have Flintlocks out, that might be going onto a pendulum machine or a launcher spider, which is going to lower their attack, and all the effects are in place, so they won't be able to change their battle position or attack until I get another Flintlock out and regain control of that Flint. So Flint, kind of a double-edged sword, but with the 3 Flintlocks, I find that I'm having both out very similar times, very consistently, so it works. And it's a lot of fun to kind of determine how you want to use Flint. And next spell, because this is an equipped deck, we got 7 completed. 7 completed is pretty excessive. It's pretty insane. You can choose to add 700 attack or defense to a machine monster, your choice. 700 attack, that's like the Sword of Dragon Soul. That's like, well, Bashing Shield recently came out for Trials of the Kingdom, so that's a little higher, but it was one of the best equip cards in terms of attack raised. And also, like I said, you can raise defense as well, but I'm usually raising attack just because it's a very aggressive deck. But yeah, you can equip it to any machine monster, raises attack by 700. So you got little Dekoichi out there at 1400, that's not very scary. With a 7 completed, that's at 21. So all of a sudden, Dekoichi is a contender, could beat over Gravekeeper's Oracle or something like that. So 7 completed is a good one, and it fits the theme of the heavy equipped deck. And then moving on to traps, keeping the theme, 3 Kunai with Chain. Yes, 3 Kunai with Chain is necessary. It's gonna be, just look at that whole bottom row is all equips. Kunai with Chain, obviously really great effects regardless of the whole equip theme. You can flip an opponent's monster to defense mode if they declare an attack that targets a monster, and it has a secondary effect where you can equip it to a monster and it gains 500 attack. So you can use this to completely deflect an attack and get an equip onto one of your machines, or you can use it as a damage step Kunai where you add a surprise 500 attack and beat over that monster that you're looking to beat over. With Flint, 7 completed Kunai with Chain, it's pretty ridiculous. Say you have Flint equipped to a monster and you have a 7 completed and you flip damage step Kunai. I mean, some of these monsters get up to like 3,000 attack or like really high 2,000, and you're just destroying, wiping out your opponent's field. So 3 Kunai with Chain, and then the last card I have is a Dust Tornado, just because I need a little bit of magic removal. I was running straight up 3 Flint, 3 7 completed, 3 Kunai. Something had to give because I did not have magic removal. So I removed a 7 completed for a Dust Tornado as the last card there. Dust Tornado obviously speaks for itself, pretty good magic removal depending on what your opponent has, but I think that it works well with this deck. So here's my updated Spellproof Armor deck. I'm telling you, all of these cards are really solid and are going to fit well in any Spellproof Armor deck. You can certainly change the equips around, but I really like the heavy equip. Obviously, a lot of people run different traps. People incorporate other sorts of gimmicks with this deck. Of course, Blast Sphere is a machine as well, so it works here. But this is the deck that I come up with, and I'm having fun with it. And if you guys want to try it out, please do let me know how it works. But anything else you would add or change, feel free to let me know. And of course, guys, if you like this video, hang around because I got more coming for you. I'll catch you guys later. See ya.